If you watched my last video, Carnivore Strictness Explained, you already know that strict carnivore, meaning meat, salt, and water, is incredibly powerful for healing. It's the foundation of metabolic recovery, hormone balance, and inflammation control. But once the healing starts working and you feel better than you have in years, a new question pops up. Do I have to only eat beef and salt forever? Let's clear something up right away. This isn't about leaving carnivore. It's about expanding within carnivore. There's a big difference between breaking the rules and building on the foundation. What we're talking about today are those next level additions that keep you sane, satisfied, and sustainable without compromising your results. When your body is ready for it, I'm talking about things like cheesy eggs, carnivore custard, butter bites, dairy, carnivore buns, and carnivore ice cream, all made from animal-based ingredients. These aren't cheats. These are part of a natural evolution that helps you stay carnivore for the long haul, and there are so many more options beyond those. Now let's talk about phase one, the healing foundation of strict carnivore. The true meat, salt, and water approach is your baseline. Think of it as hitting your reset button on your entire system. This phase clears inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, and recalibrates your hunger hormones. When you first start, your body is in rehab mode. You're training it to burn fat efficiently again and teaching your gut to quiet down after most likely years of abuse. It's not easy, but it is powerful. For most people, this phase lasts anywhere from 30 to 90 days, depending on your starting point. And yes, for women over 50, it sometimes takes a little bit longer. Hormones, stress, and metabolic history, it matters. So if you're still dealing with joint pain, bloating, or sugar cravings that feel like a toddler meltdown, stay there just a little bit longer. Don't rush. The foundation has to be solid before you can expand. Now let's move into phase two, expanding with carnivore once your energy is steady, your sleep is deeper, and your digestion finally feels calm. Now we can start exploring. Expansion isn't about rewarding yourself. It's about discovering what your personal carnivore spectrum looks like. Here's what that might include. Butter and ghee. These are your safest first expansions. Butter is almost pure fat, so it's low in lactose and casein. If you want to test dairy, this is where you want to start. Add a little to your steak and eggs for a few days and then watch your digestion, skin, and sinuses. If all is well, you've got a winner. If you notice congestion or bloating, switch to ghee. It's clarified and often tolerated by even those sensitive to dairy. And let's be honest, life gets better when your ribeye is swimming in butter. Number two is eggs. Eggs are nutritional powerhouses, but they're also often one of the most common sensitivities. My advice? Start with just the yolks. They contain nearly all the vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats anyway. Add 1 or 2 per day for the 3 days and then pause and listen to your body. If all feels good, bring in the whites. And if you're someone who's getting itchy, bloated, or has digestive rumbling after eggs, it's probably not the whites. No big deal. You're still getting plenty of nutrition without them. And you can try again later. Next up, number 3 is dairy, the optional upgrade. Notice that I said optional. Dairy can be a helpful source of fat and variety, but it's also a landmine for inflammation if you're not careful. It's really easy to overdo it. If you test dairy, start with full fat, low lactose options like heavy cream, butter, or hard cheeses. Avoid milk or anything reduced fat. You can even make simple carnivore desserts like carnivore custard, just eggs, heavy cream, and vanilla extract. It feels indulgent, but it's still 100% animal-based. I like to call these creature comforts. They make the diet joyful again without breaking your structure. Now, number 4 is what I like to call carnivore creations, aka the sanity savers. Let's be honest, variety matters, especially when you're doing this long term. This is where carnivore recipes like browned butter bites, carnivore buns made from just heavy cream, eggs, and baking powder will start to come in. Burger on a bun without cheating? Yes, please. Butter bites are great for travel or when you're just busy and need a quick fat source fix. 2 of these little fat bombs before bed even helps to curb menopausal nighttime symptoms. Carnivore buns let you build a burger on a sandwich style meal while keeping everything animal based. If you can tolerate high-fat dairy, give carnivore ice cream a try. Just heavy cream powder, protein powder, eggs, and vanilla. It's not cheating, it's evolution in the carnivore world. P.S. I'll be sharing more of my favorite recipes in the upcoming videos, so be sure to subscribe so that you know when I drop the next one in. You can find my recipe for butter bites and carnivore custard in the description below. And here's the thing, you don't have to eat like you're being punished to stay healthy. The more sustainable you make your carnivore life, the easier it is to live it. Let's talk about spices and coffee. Let's talk reality. Most of us aren't going to live in a no flavor, no coffee universe forever. For many, a sprinkle of salt and pepper or a dust of garlic powder won't derail your progress if you're already healed and stable. Now, if and when you decide to include these, treat them like test items. Add one thing at a time and listen for changes: energy, digestion, inflammation. Coffee? If it doesn't mess with your sleep, anxiety, or hormones, you can enjoy it. But if you start craving more food after your morning cup, that's a sign that caffeine is spiking your cortisol. Try decaf or skip it for a week and see. And for the love of sanity, please ditch the fake creamers. If you want cream, use the real thing. Now let's pause for a quick heart-to-heart. Carnivore isn't a religion, it's a framework. You don't lose your membership card because you added butter bites or cream to your coffee. The goal isn't to be pure, it's to be consistent. I see so many women beating themselves up for adding dairy or experimenting with recipes, as if it cancels out everything that they've accomplished. But this lifestyle was never meant to make you feel trapped. It's meant to help you thrive. Here's what I tell my clients. Progress isn't about staying perfect, it's about staying honest. If a food makes you feel great, keep it. If it doesn't, drop it. It's that simple. The beauty of carnivore is that it reconnects you with your own feedback loop system, and your body becomes your own ultimate coach. So instead of asking, am I doing this perfectly? Ask, am I doing this intentionally? Now let's take a quick pause. If you're finding this helpful so far, hit that thumbs up and remember to subscribe so more women can see this. And tell me in the comments what your favorite expanded carnivore food is. Butter bites, custard, eggs, I'd love to know. All right, let's keep going. Next, let's talk about the science of expansion, why slow works. Let's dig into what actually happens inside your body when you start expanding your food options in the carnivore realm. When you've been strict carnivore for a while, your gut microbe simplifies. That's not a bad thing. It's a healing thing. You've quieted inflammation and given your digestive system a rest. But your body also adapts to the simplicity. When you bring back foods, even animal-based ones, your enzymes and bile production have to adjust too. That's why going slow is key. Too much, too fast can cause temporary discomfort. The perfect example is adding too much dairy too soon, and it can lead to bloating or gas, not because the dairy is evil, but because your body isn't making enough lactase yet. The same goes for eggs or high-fat recipes. Give your system time to adapt, and those minor reactions will often disappear. This is why expansion, it's not a weekend project. It's a gradual evolution. Now let's talk about signs that you're expanding too fast. If you start to feel bloated, puffy, or experiencing carb-like cravings, make sure you pull back. Those are your body's early warning signs. It doesn't mean failure, it just means pause and recalibrate. And yes, that includes emotional signals too. If you suddenly find yourself obsessing over food again or eating for comfort instead of hunger, that's data to pay attention to. It's your cue to simplify again for just a bit longer. Remember, your goal isn't to recreate your old diet in carnivore colors. Your goal is to stay anchored in the principles that healed you: meat first, fat for fuel, and awareness as your compass. Now let's talk about what expanded carnivore actually looks like day to day. Here's what this might look like in a real life day. Breakfast might be scrambled eggs cooked in butter. Lunch is a ribeye or a burger patty topped with a thin slice of cheese or served on a carnivore bun. Dinner might look like salmon or pork chops with melted ghee and a dash of sea salt. Dessert? Carnivore custard. Everything in that day is still animal-based. You're not stepping out of the framework. This is where sustainability lives. You can travel, eat with your family, and live your life without the "I'm on a diet" energy or mindset. Now, flexibility is not compromise. Strict carnivore heals, expanded carnivore sustains. The sweet spot is where you feel vibrant, not deprived. For me personally, I live in that expanded zone. I eat fatty meats, eggs, butter, and the occasional dairy. I make small batches of carnivore buns each week to enjoy with my burgers, a fried egg and bacon, or both. I enjoy a carnivore custard for a midday snack 3 or 4 days a week, and a carnivore ice cream when I want something special. I also have 2 butter bites in the morning in my coffee and 2 more butter bites before bed. That's my personal version of balance. And it's still 100% animal based and stays well within my macros to maintain my ideal size. That to me is a win-win. Now, yes, I do track through the Chronometer app, and I highly recommend that, especially if you're in transition. So if you're at the point where you are ready to expand, remember, go slow, stay curious, and trust your own body. You've worked hard to get here. You're not breaking the rules. You're just refining them. And if you haven't watched the Carnivore Strictness Explained video, start there, and it sets the foundation for this video.